Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I am Adam McCall. I hope you guys are all doing well. It's that time again. MUFC Transfer Daily Live here on Full Time Devils, and you've already heard from us here at Full Time Devils earlier on the day, because we of course found out that Daniel James had had agreed deal with Manchester United, and of course was undertaking his medical at the club. That deal has progressed. We've heard a little bit more on that one, but right now we're going to be talking about Manchester United and all the transfer rumours that are coming through in relation to the club today. I hope you guys are all well. I can see your comments coming from Michael, Tavan, Nisha, Robert, Matt, MUFC Hussein says, how long? I need to get back to watching England against Holland. Mate, you can watch England against Holland, keep it on mute and keep us on loud so you can hear us. The commentators ain't making sense anyway on that channel. We're here to talk about Manchester United. You can of course see Ligt playing in that game as well, a player that's been linked with Manchester United an awful lot, and we'll be speaking about Ligt a little bit later on in today's show. But right now we'll give you the update on the latest on Daniel James. We've heard Daniel James was in town for a medical at Carrington, and now we're hearing that the medical has been completed. We haven't heard whether it's been passed or not yet. We are just waiting now for an official announcement. The reason we know the medical's been completed is because Daniel James has been pictured in Liverpool at the airport with the Welsh side flying out. So he's with his teammates now. I know some people are going to say, why is he at Liverpool airport, so on and so forth. Liverpool's quite close to Manchester. It's an easy airport to get to, although it would obviously make more sense to go from Manchester. But nevertheless, he's flew from Liverpool airport and he's back with the Wales side now. And we believe his medical is complete, and we're just waiting for the official announcement from Manchester United in relation to Daniel James. In regards to that deal, everywhere that's reliable is reporting it as a £15 million deal with £3 million added on. So it could go up to £18 million. And my opinion on that deal there is, look, I don't know a whole lot about Daniel James apart from the few clips that I have seen on him, and apart from a few times when I watch Swansea, because my friend plays at Swansea as well, so I always keep an eye on how they're getting on and watch a few of their games. And Daniel James is obviously a decent, talented player. He's got potential. But what I like about this deal is it's £18 million if he does well. Obviously £15 million forward. And you can't go wrong with that. It's in this day and age, that fee isn't much. You're looking at Daniel James, a player with potential. If he comes through and he does well, then that's a bargain. If he doesn't do well, then we'll be able to sell him on and recoup most of that money anyway. So in a sense of the business, it's a sensible business decision. Buying a player that could become better and could become an even better player at Manchester United. We need to get back to doing that, finding and sorting out talented players so that we can bring them to the club early on, and we're not watching these players move on to our rivals or move on to other Premier League teams, and then we're sniffing around with a £60 million bid in a year or two's time. We've seen it with a few players. When you look at Aaron Wan-Bissaka, obviously he was already at Crystal Palace, but he's a player that we could potentially have been involved in or potentially have tried to get before he had become so good. He's tearing it up now. He's there. One player that comes to mind, or two players that come to mind, are two that are at Leicester City. Harry Maguire was at Hull City. He played very well against Manchester United a couple of occasions. We needed a centre-half. We didn't get him. And now he's being linked with Manchester United for a potential £60 million move. James Maddison, not long left Norwich. I think it was a season or so ago. And now he's being linked with a big money move away. And you just think it's time that we got in early with some of these players. And hopefully Daniel James is one of those players that fulfills his potential and becomes worth more than the fee we're actually paying for him. But as I said, no official announcement yet in regards to Daniel James, but all the right sources are saying that he's done his medical at the club and we're just waiting for that to be announced. So that is the latest with Daniel James. Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button, commenting, sharing, and of course subscribing to Full Time Devils as well. We're going to be discussing now Youri Tielemans, Romelu Lukaku, the Times who have given us a list of the kind of players Manchester United want, and I'll be giving you an update on that man who's in action at the minute against England, Matthijs de Ligt. First things first, Youri Tielemans been linked with a move to Manchester United by the Independent. Now that's if Paul Pogba leaves. Now Youri Tielemans was on loan from Monaco at Leicester City, had a very good season at Leicester City. And now because of that, he's being linked with other clubs. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see Leicester City make that a permanent deal, but I'm also not surprised to hear him being linked with other teams as well. And now Yuri Tielemans is a pretty good player. You know, if we got him on loan from Monaco, I wouldn't have minded myself. Although I know if we signed him on loan from Monaco, people would have been complaining anyway. But being linked with Manchester United now, in terms of Paul Pogba, I don't think he leaves this summer. I think he could possibly leave, maybe next summer. But I can't see him leaving this summer. The reason I say that is because I think Real Madrid, they're obviously making other massive deals. That's not to say they don't have the money, because clearly they pull money out of their arsehole left, right and centre when it seems like they're broke. And they'll be selling players as well, which will recoup a lot of money. So when you look at that, you think, you know, I don't think Pogba's going to go to Real Madrid this summer. Juventus can't afford him. I can't see him going to the French league. So I can't see Pogba leaving this summer. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him sign a new deal, maybe get the captaincy, something like that, which means that he stays for even longer and he feels more wanted, even if he has to do that. But that's what I think with the Pogba deal. But the Independent are saying Yuri Tielemans to United if Pogba leaves is a possibility. I don't know what the typing noise is, mate. There's no noise coming from me. I'm not typing. My hands are here, and there's no noise coming from around me either. No sirens or ice cream vans at the moment either, which we usually get interrupted by. Yes, Jan's the guy that I know from Swansea City. Thoughts of Ligt going to Liverpool makes me a little bit sick, says Paul. Now, I'm going to come to the Ligt news now because the ESPN are saying that Bayern Munich have withdrawn from the race to sign Matthias de Ligt, which would mean, if you believe the other rumours, that Barcelona and United are thought to be leading the race for him. Now, in terms of de Ligt, I genuinely believe his decision has been made. I genuinely believe his decision has been made. I think the club know. I think the player knows. I think his agents knows. And I think all we're seeing now is reports left, right, centre that are going to be building anticipation for this move. I genuinely don't think the move is going to change now. Now, but that's not me saying he's coming to Manchester United. That's not me saying he's not coming to Manchester United. I don't have a clue where he's going. But I think that decision's done. I think all we're hearing now is more and more hype around it. And eventually, once this tournament's done, he'll announce his move. Because Ajax, it's not seeming like it's much of a bidding war there in terms of Ajax. They kind of know what fee they want, and now they're leaving it up to the player to decide. And you're hearing all these clubs interested. But if everyone's happy to pay the club and they're making offers, then I'm not too sure, to be honest. So I think we're just waiting for his decision to be announced. And just like Albert in the comments, I don't think that's his real name, but I'm going to use it because it's his username, because his name's Albert Einstein there. He says, I can see him going to Barcelona. I totally agree with you. I think he will go to Barcelona. His mate Frankie de Jong's there. But at the same time, it wouldn't shock me if Manchester United had just blown them out of the water financially. I do believe that, but let's hope he does join Manchester United. Nevertheless, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. Would you take Ruben Diaz over Koulibaly, says Nisha Ray in the comments. Andre says he would take Ruben Diaz, he's cheaper and younger. MUFC Hussein says Ruben Diaz would be a great signing. Well, he says 6 signing. So that's what's going on with that one. In terms of Koulibaly, I don't think that's happening. Talking about Italian teams, Inter Milan continue to be linked with Romelu Lukaku, and the Italian reports as of yet, thanks to the guys at Sports Witness for putting these together for us, compiling it, because that's where I found it. Inter Milan are just waiting for United to put him up for sale, and they have got a €70 million bid ready for him. The wages have already been agreed. If we agree with other teams, the wages have already been agreed. So if that's the case, then what do you think, guys? Do you let Romelu Lukaku go? What do you reckon? Do you want to see Romelu Lukaku leave Manchester United this season? Let me know in the comments below what you think about Romelu Lukaku and whether we should stay at Manchester United or not. Get your comments in right about now in terms of Romelu Lukaku. But that's the latest reports on him, that Inter Milan have a €70 million bid ready, and they're waiting for United to hint that he's available. Now, it may be a case that United don't want to sell. It may be a case that United want to have a adequate replacement lined up for him. It remains to be seen, but I hope we're doing more business. I hope we've got other fingers in other pies, and Daniel James isn't going to be the last signing we see in the next couple of weeks, because we need to be getting a couple of more players through the door ASAP. The Times are saying Manchester United want a commanding centre-half, a top-level right-back, a holding midfielder, an attacking midfielder, and a forward this summer. Now, if United were to get those players, I would be buzzing with those. Now, if a commanding centre-half like Ligt, Maguire, Alderweireld came in, buzzing. Top-level right-back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, if he come in, buzzing. Holding midfielder and an attacking midfielder, if we could get two, amazing. And a forward as well. Interesting that that's at a right winger. Maybe because we've got Daniel James. Maybe we were looking to get Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho hasn't happened. So we've gone for another option in Daniel James. That could be the possibility. Because all the talk about Jadon Sancho was, if he's going to leave, he wants to leave to a Champions League team. And we're not obviously in the Champions League. So those are the players that Times are saying Manchester United are targeting at this minute. Yeah, the guy that we signed from Ajax, the youth player, has it been officially announced? Sorry if I missed that one. I was in New York over the weekend as well. And early in this week, I hadn't seen any news on that. So if he has been announced, we'll edit the I've seen the Instagram thing where he uploaded that video, but I haven't seen anything else official. Matt says Matt wants Lukaku out clearly by his comment. Oh, it has been officially announced. Right, we'll get that sorted. New York was great, mate. Well, Brandon's saying there's no official. I'll check it out and I'll sort it out. Bloody hell. Icardi for Lukaku, what are your thoughts? Says Ankit. The last I read about that was United didn't accept the deal, which I can understand. I can see the package that the baggage that comes with Icardi, the drama with his partner, who's his agent and loves to talk all sorts of rubbish in the media, and she's caused issues for him at Inter Milan. I say he has to take some responsibility, obviously. Abby says, already like the video. Legend, mate. Thank you very much for liking the video. Make sure you get liking, guys. Boxing Stuff says, is Matic staying? I can't see Matic leaving, to be honest. He's going to be on a decent wage at the club. He's probably going to be looked at as a squad player next season. Hopefully he's looked at as a squad player next season. Maybe if Herrera stayed, you could possibly see him leaving. But with Herrera gone, I can't see Oli looking to lose another central midfielder. And not an experienced one anyway. So yeah, guys, that has been the news today. Sorry it was a little bit longer than usual. Wrapping all that stuff up. Daniel James's medical's completed. We're just waiting for an announcement now. And remember, as soon as it's official and we've got all the details from United and the pictures and all that jazz, we will be back with that live stream. Yuri Tielemans been linked with United by the Independent, who say he could be an option to replace Paul Pogba if Pogba leaves. Italian reports that Inter Milan are just waiting for United to give them a sign that Romelu Lukaku is available, and they have a €70 million
bid. I don't know why they don't just make the bid if they're really that serious. The Times say United want a commanding centre half, a top level right back, two midfielders, an attacking and a holding one, and a forward this summer. And ESPN say Bayern Munich have withdrawn from the race to sign Matthijs de Ligt, who's currently in action in the UEFA Nations League. Guys, thank you very much for watching this video. You guys have been absolute legends. Remember, you can join us for the live Full-Time Devils podcast at the Old Nag's Head in Manchester. If you want on Saturday, tickets are free. The link will be available up on Instagram and Facebook with all that stuff. If you want to get your tickets, they're free. If you want to join us on Saturday, you have to be over 18, of course, because it's held in a pub. We'll have a United quiz, a United chat, and all that stuff. Myself and the guys will be there. So if you want to join us for that, make sure you come. Apart from that, like, comment, share, subscribe. Keep it locked to Full-Time Devils. I'm not on MUFC Transfer Daily tomorrow, but somebody else will be. So I'll see you maybe on Saturday. If not, see you next Monday. See you later, guys. I'm still here at the moment because I forgot to get ready to end the stream. See you later.